later, but that's okay. I'll know that for later. What the f? This isn't a train? All the stuff's getting heavy. I'll dump what I don't need. I'm sorry, I'm just floored right now. This isn't a train?
Man, they're really stretching that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, they said themselves, oh, and let's not forget the fact that the first 3 rooms that we were in were all 1 story. This one part of the train is 2 stories tall. 2 full stories tall. That we did not see a second story anywhere on the exterior of the train, by the way. Everyone's favorite journalist reporter, Amy Rose, is hot on the scoop. I'm heading out. You've been fabulously helpful. Already? Before you go, Epsio and I wanted to give you your presents. My presents? You're both too sweet. Thank you. Vector, it seems we have more guests. Amy, there you are. Have you found any leads yet? Oh, the detective pair needs help from the birthday girl? Yes. Ah, she knows everyone's allowed to be sassy on their birthday. This tip is just too juicy to ignore. I'll see you all around. Don't worry, Sonic. I'll be the one to avenge you, and quick. But how are you gonna leave? The door to the next car is locked. Oh, you doubt the birthday girl? The birthday girl has a master key. Right. The birthday girl gets the birthday key. It literally has to be Amy. It has to be. There's no other person. If they're all locked in here in their respective cars, how could it be anyone other than Amy? Am I crazy?
I mean, I don't see any reason why your logic isn't sound. Do I know if that's the correct answer? No.
Of course, it's a birthday privilege. I'll solve this case before anyone else. Bye!
Bye!
Amy may be hasty, but she's thorough. Now, what are you two doing? Looking mighty sus, I say. I'm the detective, so I can't be the murderer. And I'm, here to ask if anyone's hungry. Starved! I kill for a chicken parmesan right about now. Well, we have microwave chicken cordon bleu, which is substantially maybe kill. But maybe kill isn't the right language to use right now. I'm Vector the Butcher. I'm licensed to handle raw meat. Actually, stop talking right now, Vector. Just
no.
Don't open your mouth for the rest of time. And I'm Epsio, the poet. Ah, poetry, a resonant message from poet to reader meant to challenge our delicate perspective with the most rhythmic of prose. Can I hear some? Sure. Oh. Stop. Stop. What is this? Teardrops in the spring. Can you hear me sing? La 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 la, dee 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 dee. Was that it? I have more if you like. Cherry blossoms in the spring. I'm satisfied for now, thanks. This game, man. At least he's rhyming, I suppose. Castile and I are here to establish both your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy had everyone leave the dining car? Oh, sure, it's simple. We just explained this to Amy, actually. When we were all sent off, Rouge, Blaze, Shadow, and Sonic all passed through this library car, where Amy told me and Epsio to stay. I promptly picked a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Vector got bored, so he left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car. Yep. Where was Rouge? We happened to see her lipstick stain on a cup in the saloon car. It's weird that they say cup and not glass.
They're both equally.
It's not inaccurate. It's just weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm an adult and I do use plastic cups still to a certain degree, so. Anyway, Rouge came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Then she went to search the saloon car. She came back shortly after. We heard her shout, "No way!" at the brochure stand over there. But she left back to the casino car before Shadow came through and locked the door. Wonder what she found. She obviously been on the hunt for something. After Rouge left, Shadow walked through the casino car. Then entered the library car and locked the door behind him. More importantly, why has Shadow been locking doors? Shadow walked through the library car to the saloon car where Knuckles and I were playing games. I'm so confused right now. So many moving pieces. He insisted on showing us up at Super Monkey Ball. Why? I got so engrossed by the rolling monkey action, I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. I guess he walked through the library car to the casino car again, locking the door behind him. Then returned to the lounge car where he was meant to be stationed. When Vector came back, we realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car. That's when the train sped up. We were worried about the bookshelves falling on us, but we got through it all right. We sat trapped here until Amy arrived, asking questions. She's the one that told us someone murdered Sonic. And yeah, that's all that happened. With all these locked doors, it seems Vector and Epsio couldn't have left the library car or the saloon car. Thank you both for your cooperation. We're just going to peek around and we'll return with any questions. If you return with any meat, I'll chop it up for you. And if you'd like to be serenaded with a poem, I got you covered too. Thanks, guys. Their alibis seem solid enough, but we should still search for clues. What we're looking for is any evidence that proves what they're saying is true. We need to confirm Vector's reason for leaving his post and determine if Epsio was actually in the library car reading. A tall task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails. Absolutely. Okay, I love this poster here. Because that is vintage memes right there.
Vintage meme? Yes, indeed. Hang in there.
That is vintage memes. Speaking of vintage memes, let's see if this is a thing that we can interact with. Yep. A chow hangs precariously from a tree branch. The large text below reads, "Hang in there." Wow, I really needed to see this. Tails.
Said no one ever.
Like, Tails, really? This little chow's hanging there, refusing to let his wings fly to safety because choosing the hard way is often the most rewarding. That's beautiful. If this chow can stick to his principles and find strength, then I can too. There's no way there was that much thought put into this poster. Right?
It was literally like a little haha, hee, don't even.
Ooh, brochures. There are travel destination ideas here, like amusement parks, caverns, hotels, restaurants. Oh! Casil, look at this. There's a couple maps here. This seems to be a map of the library car. The books are categorized by genre, which are all listed here. I love a good overhead map. Let's take it. Should we take this brochure about a cave too? Look, there's stalactites. Nah, leave it. Oh, haha, yeah, that's fair. Nobody shares my fondness for caves. Well, listen, I want to sympathize with you, man, but I hate caves. Books. So many books on the ground. I wish we had time to pick them all up. I sadly have no interest in picking up these books. A lot of these were knocked out by the train speeding out. But Rouge pulled a lot of these out too, searching for something. What reckless behavior. I feel sorry for the poor books. The spines are creasing. They're opening too far. This kid feels empathy for everything. Yeah, you do. Trash can! Something's always in the trash. Let's check there. I hate to say it, but there's nothing here. I really thought there'd be something there. Castile, are you sad there was nothing in the trash bin?
Yes, I am genuinely sad there was nothing in the trash bin.
Listen, there's gonna be something at the end of this road. I can feel it. No, I'm all right. I'm sure there'll be something in the next trash bin we find. You really think so? Yeah, we just gotta stay optimistic. Yeah, okay, these trash bins hide a secret, I'm sure of it. Castile, you're pretty unconventional, but I like that. Was that supposed to be a compliment?
Ooh, globe!
Globe.
Globe.
A globe of our marvelous planet. I haven't traveled around much. The islands are fun and all, but I'd love to visit some of the countries. They're a lot of fun, honestly. Plenty of wonderful people and shops. The food can't be beat either. Ah, sounds perfect for a vacation. The conductor was talking about Spagonia, if you've ever been there. I have, actually. If you're ever visiting, be sure to stop at the university and say hi to Professor Pickle. Yep, that's again, more Sonic Unleashed. He'll tell you everything about the area and makes one scrupulous sandwich. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. I
think you mean.
This group knows everyone and has been everywhere, haven't they? Yeah, dude, they're friends with Sonic the Hedgehog. Have you not been paying attention?
Like, clearly.
Yeah, it's like, bro, pay attention. Why is this table interactable? Ah, let's just take a pause and sit for a second. These chairs are very comfy. So plush. Puts me right in the mood to read. You're such a nerd, Tails. Makes me want to take a nap, personally. In fact, maybe I'll rest my eyes a bit. Casil, no! Don't fall asleep! There's been a murder, remember? If I had a ring for every time a murder ruined my nap time.
That's kind of disturbing.
Like, if I had a ring for every time a murder ruined my nap time, I'd have 2 rings. Which isn't a lot of rings, but it's weird that it's happened twice. What's this bright red book? Oh, yuck. This reeks of the evil scientist, Dr. Eggman. Yep, this is I was seriously just about to make a joke about it being his autobiography, and it's actually his autobiography.
Griffin, that's why I said you just need to shut your mouth.
I need to be quiet. Oh my god. I'm either too simple or just too smart for this game. This is Dr. Eggman's autobiography and recipe book. What kind of recipes? Who cares? I wouldn't trust any book he's written. It's weird this is even here. Maybe people just appreciate an omelet. You may not be wrong. Bookshelf here. Wow, I wish I could stop and look at all these books. Is that not what we're doing? But Sonic needs me. No time to rest. Alright, let's move on then. Where's the rush? Because if Sonic is contextually dead, like, what does he need from you at this point? He's dead. Well, I mean, a little peek wouldn't hurt. He's scavenging through all the book titles excitedly. He's like a kid in a candy shop, or in this case, a genius in a train library. That's odd.
A genius? I don't know, that might be a little strong.
No, Tails is actually, like, stupid smart. He's like, he has a substantially higher IQ than, like, even the world's most intelligent people. He's an actual super genius. I know some books have fallen out on the floor and everything, but every book on these shelves is in alphabetical order, but this one. It's the user guide to the Mirage Express, the train we're currently on. Do you think someone found it on the ground and put it back? Maybe, but it is interesting. Let's make a note of this. Mirage Express manuals add to your inventory. Okay, I guess check the arm. Oh, poor thing, the armor is really struggling cleaning up this car. To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up all this mess either. Let's just leave it alone and do its thing. Yeah, probably for the best. Great. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the characters, because maybe they'll provide some testimony that will contradict their statements.
Yeah.
Did you bring me any meat to chop? I may be a butcher, but they confiscated my meat cleaver before getting on the train. What the f***? Why would you bring a meat cleaver to a train station? Did you think you were going to be the murderer?
Clearly?
You actually tried to bring a knife on the train? I'm a man of authenticity, Tails. Without a knife, I'm just a chef in a ketchup-stained apron, not a butcher. Thank you for specifying that it's ketchup-stained and not blood-stained. That way, the kids don't get offended and the parents don't get pissy. I think if you had a knife on you, we'd definitely think you were the murderer. But what if I hid the knife? Then you're going to jail. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of this line of thought. Fancy a poem? Alright, Liz, what do you want to hear? A poem about space or a poem about trains?
Give me a poem about space, dude.
Alright, let's hear some space poetry. I've made it up to space with my beloved antique vase, but a mistake in my haste dropped the vase from my embrace, so my antique I must now replace.
Okay.
What caused you to drop the vase? Don't read too deeply, it's just a poem. He hasn't thought it through, has he? I want to hear the poem about trains, actually. Let's see here. Locomotive in motion. I think I lost my lotion. The window shows the ocean. Oh wait, there's my lotion. Thanks.
Thanks indeed.
I actually really like that one. Oh! I can never this.
That?
Oh, that's just some Freddy Fish. Chaos Cola. Check out our book club. Book of the month. Gone Gal. Okay, that's funny. I love it when they do like that. I wish more games would do that. Yeah, I guess I'll just check the door. Shadow supposedly walked through the library car before going into the saloon car. When Shadow left the library car, he locked this door on his way out. There's gotta be a reason he's doing this. Should we make a note of it? Yeah, I do believe you should. Shadow's locks and adds to your inventory. I think we found enough clues. Okay, so we did need to do that. Let's go interrogate Vector and Epsio to find out what really happened. Let's go, baby. Did you bring me any meat to chop? No. I tried to think of something clever, I couldn't. So, the two of you don't believe us, eh? It's not that I don't trust either of you, but I wouldn't be a proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. Castile and I are here to confirm two things. Why Vector left to go play games with Knuckles, and if Epsio really was reading in the library car. Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library car to visit Knuckles? We prepared to present evidence if need... Oh, that's easy. I got bored. Well. What? I wasn't entertaining him enough, it seems. Vector enjoys being social. Plus, we were instructed to mingle. I remembered the arcade machine in the saloon car, so I figured I'd go check it out. This seems to line up with the information we gathered with Knuckles. Then that brings our attention to you, Epsio. Rouge entered the library car, found something, then left. You said you immediately started reading, but were you actually reading the entire time you were in the library car? Of course he was. Once Epsio starts reading, he doesn't stop till it's done. I've seen it happen. It must have been a good read. What was the book? Epsio doesn't owe you that, detective. Let the man live. No, let the man die. What if it was embarrassing? What kind of things do you think I read? If you won't talk, I have a hunch on what book it might be. Castile, could you help me out? Gee.
I should not say what I was thinking.
Alright, Castile, what book do we think Epsio may have been reading? How about the one book we have in our inventory? The Mirage Express Manual.
No, that seems way too obvious.
Oh, does it? Oh, you think the book that he wrote was The Lock? Locked by Shadow the Hedgehog? The ultimate life form?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Alright, let's do the manual. I don't want to waste our good friend's time. A manual? You think Epsio was reading instructions? What argument could you possibly have to support this? Let me just come up with one while I play Sonic the Hedgehog.
You gotta be zooming.
Gotta go fast, as they say. Were those ninja stars thrown by Epsio? There are books scattered around the floor, sure, but the remaining books on the shelves were all in alphabetical order. All except this manual, meaning someone At the very least, pick the manual up and put it back in the incorrect place. This lack of attention to detail isn't normally like you, Epsio. Hey now, I won't have you insulting my pal like this. Calm down, Vector. I know you mean well, but I can handle myself. I ship him. Apologies, Epsio. A butcher and a poet, friendship can form anywhere. That is indeed the book I was reading, the Mirage Express Manual. Trains are cool. In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual. Cecile, if you don't mind. Could you ask Epsio some question about the manual? Just flip to a page and ask away. Oh, I see. Quiz Epsio about the manual to prove he read it. Are you seriously meaning to suggest that he read that whole manual in an hour? That's very impressive if that's the case.
It's a lot.
Which page should I quiz him on? Pick a number, Liz. You have such great options.
97? Wait, no, 362, because it's unlikely he got that far, blah, blah, blah.
Alright. Okay, what efficient and extremely accurate technology was installed to assist in keeping the train spotless? Robotic arms. During events, they can perform a variety of tasks and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards. Kinda undermines the point of having any staff here, but we're gonna ignore that plot hole. I remember the conductor saying the train can clean itself. Though, I have a feeling the train company just didn't want to hire any janitors. I'm very glad they stopped with janitors, but still. The robotic arms can also detect weapons or explosives being brought onto the train, ensuring passenger safety. Seems like Epsio aced that question. Castile, hit him with another one. Oh, okay, which page should I choose? Oh, you have different options this time.
Ooh, let's go with 15.
Alright. What is the Mirage Express's cancellation policy? No refunds and you will be charged a no-show fee. This does not apply if you're over the age of 65. Gee, the person who made this rule must have been over 65. Last one, Cecile. Let's see if Epsio can go 3 for 3. Gotcha. Which page should I pick last?
Make it 402.
402? Gotcha.
Yep.
It's almost 420, so I'll allow it.
Yeah.
What was implemented to support the conductor duties and ease general train obligations? An intelligent data processing system. It works in tandem with the conductor to assure smooth travel for guests. I remember this. The train has an autopilot, but it can't access its full suite of capabilities without the conductor present. Now, did I pass your little test? Yes. Totally. It's wild you're able to retain all this information so quickly. A poet's brain is often surprising. You are a ninja. I don't know if I'd be bragging about that. You've clearly read the manual. Those answers feel far too specific to be guesses. And you both had the nerve to question my buddy like that. Don't we want to be supporting folks who read? Yeah, guys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you read. You have to admit, though, reading the entire time a murder occurred does sound a bit sus, even if true. But he answered all my questions so calmly. It's very impressive. No, I understand everyone's cautious attitudes. Vector was the only one to see me reading after all. My alibi is hard to substantiate despite being the truth. Well, you definitely read through the manual, so I suppose we can... Epsio, is that true? Vector was the only one to see you reading? Yes, that's correct. Problem? Frankly, I don't believe that can be true, and we have evidence to back it up. Castile? He always puts me on the spot. Okay, Castile, think. We should have a piece of evidence linked to someone who also saw Epsio reading. But what? Shadow the Hedgehog had to pass through here a second time. So he would have had to pass by to relock the lock, right? Shadow's lock? Please, pray tell, what's this has to do with anything? We're up, Castile. Let's get our argument together. Let's play some Sonic the Horror. All right, that is satisfactory. Shadow walked through the library car to get to the saloon car, where he set the original high score in the arcade machine. Yeah, but I ended up beating it. It wasn't a high score long. Crocs are natural gamers. I hate my life right now. I hate everything about this. Epsio said he saw Shadow enter the library car, but he's mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. He only mentions that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the saloon car, Epsio was fully seated reading his book for a good while at this point. We know Shadow had to walk back through the library car when he left the saloon car, so there's absolutely no way Shadow and Epsio didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip. I mean, it was a simple slip-up. I was just fully immersed in my book that I didn't notice Shadow. You're telling me the sound of doors opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up? You see... I can sense Epsio's desperation here. Defending the argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy. So if you didn't see Shadow returning from the saloon car to lock all the doors, then at that moment, were you really in the library car at all? But how would Epsio leave? Shadow locked all the doors and no one saw Epsio in the saloon car. It's a mystery, my dear Castile, one that I would love for Epsio to solve. You gotta believe me. That cool demeanor is vanishing. I was so involved in my book I didn't notice Shadow pass back through the library car. Honest. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention. Yeah, I think I remember doing that. I must avenge my friend's death, so I'll ask you again, Espio. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, then how did you leave the library car? I wasn't. I didn't... Why doesn't this seem right to me? Tails definitely feels like he's onto something, but I don't see it. Was Epsio simply sitting reading, or did he somehow vanish to not know Shadow's return to the library car? What should I do? I don't know.
I don't see a clear choice here.
Okay, so what I think, and I'm just spitballing here. I think the correct choice is to defend Espio and use, like, because we found that brochure of the library. So if we can just like confirm with Epsio like where in the library he was, we can use the top-down like picture of the library to confirm that Epsio was in a position where he would not have been able to see or hear Shadow from based on where he was reading in the library. Does that kind of make sense?
Perhaps.
I'm a defend my dude. He's been telling us mediocre. He's been entertaining us all video with mediocre poems. He deserves to be treated fairly. I have to make sure our guests are taken care of. I have to speak up. Tails. We have a piece of evidence that can answer all of our problems. Alright, my fellow associate, lay it on me. What piece of evidence shows that Shadow and Epsio couldn't have seen one another? Oh, see, look, right here. Right here, kind of toward the top left, there's like a area where like the shelf blocks off the table. You see that? It's like if Epsio were sitting there, he wouldn't be able to see Shadow walk by because there'd be a giant shelf in the way. Right? So I think that's what I'm going with. All right, now let's get my thoughts in order. Let's time to think. And by think, I mean play more Sanoke, the Hurge. Oh boy. There we go. We're solid. 66 out of 55, let's go. The library map? Oh, I see. See the exits? They're right across from one another, a straight path. If Shadow walked down the straight path, there's a way Epsio and Shadow couldn't have seen one another. Looks like you'll have to point out where exactly on the map you mean. Where could Epsio have been for Shadow not to see him? Right here. Interesting. That's where I was sitting reading my book. I can second this. When I returned from the saloon car, Epsio was in the same spot. That confirms it then. You see, Shadow and Epsio couldn't have seen one another from this spot. Because a bookcase is in the way. There's no way Shadow could have seen Epsio, or vice versa. It makes a lot of sense why you never mentioned Shadow's return, Epsio. There's just no way you would have seen him. I apologize for losing my cool back there. I felt like I was grasping despite telling the truth. But I'm glad you all believe me now. Your alibi isn't the most airtight, but I have no further points. Thank you both for answering all our questions. We did it! Another pair of alibis validated. Let's go! Too many locked doors to worry about, but I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end. Well, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna crash here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy. Likewise, I could use a breather. I misread that as brother for a second. I was like, I could use a brother. Will you be my bro, Victor? Here is a rose I present to you.
Will you be my bro?
Sadly, our work isn't done. I have plenty of questions for Rouge, and especially Shadow. Oh, it seems the door to the next car is open. Amy must have kept it open when she passed through earlier. Then that's our cue to leave. See you later, Vector and Epsio. Give him heck. God.
Hex.
Yeah, because we can't say hell, because this is a game for 2-year-olds. And if you need any meat chopped up, say the word. I'll keep my poetry sharp for you both. A murder's on the loose, while doors keep getting locked. Tick-tock, or tick-tick-tock goes the clock, while our heroes are in the caboose. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident in our detective abilities. We're really doing this. Come on, Casil, let's see what's next.